comment. Okay, so we always start off our meeting with this great runway. We get to do a lot of things really quickly, and it's our consent calendar action items. These are items that are very routine in nature. We see them annually or quarterly or monthly, so it's something we do regularly and we take them as one vote. And tonight, towards the end of the school year, we get more and more things piling up. So tonight, our consent calendar actually has items 1 through 23. Is there anyone from the school board who would like to pull any of these items? Ms. Vanier.
In regards to consent calendar number 5,
You want to have
yes,
a
more clarification as to the
okay.
waiver.
So number 5, was there anything else?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll
Okay. So, and I would like to pull item number 17 for a separate vote. All right, so let's deal with all those first. Items number 1 through 23, except for 5 and 17. I'm looking for a motion.
Move approval of items 1 through 23 with the exception of item 5 and item 17.
Okay,
Second.
I need to take some public comment.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So Heather Wallace, you said you would like to speak on item number 6. So please come forward. You have 3 minutes.
Right, my name is Heather Wallace. I'm a parent of an AG high school student. I want to touch on some concerns I have with the way that sex ed is administered by CAPSLO from my experience. First, I was only given 2 weeks notice that the sex ed unit being taught by CAPSLO. California Ed Code states that the school shall notify parents at the beginning of the school year and inform them of their right to review all materials. I did request to review the materials and was given a meeting with the health teacher who allowed me 1 hour, which was not enough time to view the whole curriculum. In fact, I only was able to view 1 of the 10 units, not near enough time. Upon pushing to view more, the principal finally offered for me to sit in his office during school hours to review it. This offer was not made until 2 days after the unit had already began. Second, I was told that we could not opt out of single units, but would have to opt out of the entire curriculum. California Ed Code states that a parent has the right to opt out of all or part of sex ed. Third, I requested that my son be able to do the unit as independent study. I wanted to supervise it, which would allow me to work through any sensitive subjects, talk about our own personal beliefs, but I was told that this was not possible because CAPSLO owns the copyrights to the materials and does not allow them to be sent home. If this is true, an alternative sex ed option that can be done independently should be offered. Finally, when I did meet with the teacher, I was informed that at the end of every unit, CAPSLO promotes their teen-only clinic. This clinic is somewhere teens can go and not encounter a single adult. Teen wellness providers is what they're called. They run the teen-only clinics, managing the front desk. These are teens, performing lab procedures, providing medical history reviews, risk assessment, counseling, referrals, and health education. This was very concerning to me, as I do not feel that it's appropriate for my teen to be offered medical advice or lab procedures from other teens. I do not feel it is responsible for the school to allow CAPSLO to advertise this service. Article 4 of the California Healthy Youth Act states, "It is the intent of the legislator to encourage pupils to communicate with their parents about human sexuality and to respect the rights of parents to supervise their children's education on these subjects. The legislator intends to create streamlined processes to make it easier for parents to review materials related to sex ed, and if they wish, to excuse their children from participation in all or part of that instruction. The legislator recognizes that parents have the ultimate responsibility for imparting values regarding human sexuality to their children. My experience was that Lucia Mar did not respect my rights as a parent to supervise my child's education on these subjects. So before you vote, I ask, have the policies at AGHS been adjusted to adhere to the California Ed Code? And are you working to make it easier on parents to review the curriculum? Taking time off work to review a 10-unit curriculum that would likely take 10 hours to review, from my experience, creates a hardship to do between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. I also hope each of you have reviewed the materials that are being presented to these 14 and 15-year-old children and consider that some of it goes against the right for parents to be involved in their children's health education. I provided a printout of the ed code sections I'm referring to for each board member and the superintendent. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay. Would anyone else in the audience like to provide public comment on items 1 through 4, 6 through 16, or 18 through 23? Seeing no movement in the audience, I'm going to close it to public comment and bring it back to the board. I know I had a motion that was out of place, and it was
But it's still there. It's still on the
Stuart
table.
Santos. Is that what-
Santos Stewart.
Santos Stewart.
Or if we could start over since we're out of order, I would like, just like item 17, if we could pull item 6 as commented on for a separate vote.
We already have a motion on the tape
Motion in a second.
and a second, so if it fails, you can make that motion.
Okay, even though
Okay.
it was out of order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a motion to approve items number 1 through 4, 6 through 16, and 18 through 23. Roll call vote, please.
Santos?
Yes.
Stewart?
Aye.
Kendall?
Yes.
Tom?
No.
Naomi Bernier?
No.
Fuller?
No.
Martin?
Yes. Motion passes 4-3.
Yep.
All right, we're going to